What's going on, guys? It's Jay Camaro here with another episode of Initial Thoughts. Now, I've been putting up a lot of these lately because I've just been trying to catch up with all of my videos. Flashback Friday was not this Friday. I'm going to try to have it up next Friday. It's just been a really bad homework week for me. So, I'm trying to basically start out with the things that came out a while ago and then just kind of come back up. And today we're going to actually be looking at the second downloadable content pack for Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Future Soldier, Raven Strike. Now, Raven Strike was released on September 11th, 2012, the same as the Transformers DLC that I did my initial thoughts of a couple days ago. And it was released for actually $15 or 1,200 Microsoft points, depending what platform you're on, which is quite a bit considering that the last DLC, Arctic Strike, was actually available for only $10. Now, Raven Strike adds mainly campaign missions to it. It's not like a multiplayer release like Arctic Strike was. It basically adds 3 new campaign missions and 1 new co-op map, as well as raising the level cap up another 10. So I think um, it's at 70 now, and then it also adds some achievements, quite a few more than Arctic Strike, which only added 2, which I thought was really weird that it only added 2 achievements. So I'm going to be playing the first mission called Secure Dawn, and this is a pretty long gameplay, so basically I'm going to be describing what's happening in the mission as well as giving my thoughts on the DLC. Now, when I got this DLC, I mainly purchased it for making videos about it. I haven't really played Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Future Soldier um, since it was released. Like, I played it a little bit last summer, but now as we're coming into the school year where all the new games are coming out, I've been playing a lot of Borderlands 2 and stuff like that, which I will have a video on pretty soon. Um, I kind of had to just get back into it. So this is actually the second time I recorded it. The first time I recorded it, it actually like corrupted the file. The file just like disappeared. Because right now what I'm doing is I basically got an external hard drive for my Mac, and I plug it in every time I record gameplays. And then if I want to go commentate, I take the file from the hard drive to my computer, then commentate on it, and then delete the file once everything is said and done. And then I keep the base file on my hard drive just in case I need to like re-upload or something happens, or I need to take a look at it again. But the file pretty much disappeared, and it actually did really bad in that one. So I'm doing okay in this one. I still have to kind of get down to the stealth and stuff, because actually in this mission, I kind of go into details about it. You're basically trying to secure like a Russian general, I believe, whose plane was shot down, and like you're trying to like apparently like the story is there. Apparently you're trying to get him so you can like use it against them. Like I don't know, you're trying to save him, but you kind of want to like get in with like and be friends with the Russians or something. It's a really confusing storyline in the mission, and I do not know if all 3 of the missions are kind of linked together with the story. Like in the base game, all the missions are kind of like linked up together in one big like storyline, and I believe that these are a little bit different. I don't think they really have much to do with the main story, but I don't know if they're all kind of linked together. In this one, you actually have very little tech, so all of your like your sensor grenades or your UAV are actually like your active camo that would like when you're not moving you go invisible, which is actually really helpful in like in kind of like silent takedowns and kills and trying to like take them out without getting detected. It's actually really difficult, but one kind of aspect of gameplay which is a little changed is you can actually shoot the headlights of cars, because there's a bunch of you're at night in this forest, as you can see, and there's like trucks and stuff that are kind of shining their lights at you, and you can keep fighting without shooting them, but if you shoot them their lights turn off and there's not as much glare and stuff, and I think that was a really cool addition to kind of like gameplay aspect wise. Also in this mission, you don't really see much in this recording because this is not all of the mission. The mission itself was like a half-hour long, and I really didn't want to put you guys through a half hour of me just talking about a mission, or in this case a DLC. So I kind of stop it in the middle, but there's actually some parts where you can actually like choose a different pathway type. Like you have 2 ways to engage. Like at the very end of the video, you'll kind of see the first part of one of them. But you can go one way or another way, or go straight, and you can use different tactics, and I really like that too, because it's like, okay, do you want to flank them left, do you want to flank them right, or just going guns blazing, and I think that's something that the base game didn't really have as much, because there were some stealth parts, like, no part in this actually you need to use stealth. There's no, like, like in the base game, if you used there are some parts in the campaign that if you you basically can't kill people without being detected, and if you do, that you fail, and then you have to go back to the checkpoint. And those can be really annoying. Like there's one, I forget the name of the mission, but it was in like a Russian airport, and it just took me forever to get by because it was really difficult to kind of avoid being detected because you kind of had to take them down. Like you take down these guys when you're here, and these guys when you're here. And I had to go online and look up like a guide for it, and that's the first time I've done that in quite a while. I've usually just been able to get through stuff just figuring it out, but it was actually really difficult, and I didn't really like that, and I like that this one kind of represents, like, you could have seen me earlier. They were telling you that you could use stealth, but then I screwed it up, but it's not, like, failing, so I can still, kill them all and get through, but you don't have to go through that, like, just repeating over and over and over again to get that right combination to be able to kill all of them without being detected. Um, you have no gadgets, which kind of changes up the formula a little bit because usually when you're like crouching, you go invisible, and it's really easy for the people to see you. Although it is at night, there's the guys have like supervision because every time I'm running around, some guy off like at least like 500 meters, no, maybe not 500 meters, like 250 meters away can actually see me, which is a little bit annoying. But like I said, again, you don't really need to use stealth, so it's pretty cool. All the characters return. It's basically more campaign. The missions can actually be accessed by like basically when you go onto the main menu, you can see like your previous saves, and then or if you don't have previous saves and you just purchase this DLC when you got the game, but you basically see like your normal base game, like you can create that or go back, and then you can create a Raven Strike save. So you don't actually have to complete the campaign to play this DLC, which I was pretty happy about because I did not beat the campaign for this game. Maybe I will eventually, but right now I've just been playing a lot of other games, and it's a cool campaign and all. But then when you're actually like in kind of there's like another like menu system where you can like choose your missions and stuff. You do have to do the missions in order to at least unlock them. Then you can go back and do them at random times and stuff like that. But the mission that I'm in right now, Secure Dawn, is the first mission in it. And then there's another one where you do have to use stealth without being detected, and it's pretty difficult because there's actually this really nice backdrop. You're like coming out of a forest into this like valley with like a farm and stuff, and I actually really enjoyed that mission. I didn't play all of it, but it was really what I saw was really nice. It didn't really show off the graphics of Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Future Soldier, and the name is quite a mouthful. And I really do like the graphics in this game, although they're not like top notch like Battlefield 3 and stuff. They have like a personality to them that I really like. It just looks really cool. The colors are pretty interesting, and it really looks like a stealth war game. Right here, there's another kind of gameplay element change. When you're in this like kind of like swampy area, which I'm in right now, this is the fastest speed that you can be running. So you definitely don't want to be caught out in the open. Right now, they still haven't detected me, and they pretty much just did. But it's a little hard to fight them off and stuff. But it's okay. I didn't really like that because especially like when you're just like in probably about a couple minutes of the game play, you're gonna see me like going through this like swamp area, and it's really boring. Like it's at least like 5 minutes of just walking in a swamp for quite a while. There's some talking and stuff, but I think that you could have definitely been able to at least do like a jog because you're going like extremely slow, like just a normal walking pace, less than a normal walking pace. And I didn't really like that. It kind of slowed down the action because there is quite a bit of pretty cool action in this, in at least this mission. You can see the lights right there. I have to try to shoot them, and you don't want you get hit pretty fast, and you can go down. Like you saw me go down a couple times with it, like the last time in the caves, and you definitely have to have your teammates watch your back because if you go down, it's really hard to get back up without well, it's impossible to get back up without your teammates. But you're kind of fighting in this like plain right here, which is kind of swampy. You can still run, but like when you get to this point, it's like you're going extremely slow, and you can still kill people and stuff. And there's some cover you can get to. And actually, I figured out this way that if you there's like a gameplay aspect that if you are in a cover, you can like point to the next cover to go, and then just hold A, and then your guy will do this like really fast sprint over to it. You can actually do that in the water without slowing down. So that could be a little bit faster way to get across it, at least in combat, but there's really not that much cover out there anyway, and you really just don't want to be caught in there. But I understand, I think this, just having it right here would be fine, but I didn't like that kind of like swamp in a little while where I listened to what the people were saying and it was cool and all, but I think that they could have just made you go a little bit faster and not taken out the action as much. As you can see here, I get like completely destroyed by this enemy truck that approaches. You kind of, I made a mistake in this where if you don't really want to stay very far away from your teammates. I just wanted to get it done because I didn't want the video to go on forever. But there's no multiplayer at all and there's no weapons, so it's basically just the story. And the replay value is a little less if you once you beat the mission twice. Yeah, they tried to add a little bit more replayability by like having like the different paths and stuff you can use. They kind of change it up. It changes it up. It doesn't really change the mission that much. Like it basically just changes tactics. It doesn't affect where you go. You see kind of the same things and stuff. But unless you're playing with friends, probably once through with all the missions, maybe twice to try out some of the other paths and stuff. But I just don't think there's as much replayability as Arctic Strike with the multiplayer maps and the multiplayer progression and stuff. You add the 10 levels, but one thing that I think Ubisoft I didn't like about the level progression is that when they like add other levels, you don't unlock anything. So yeah, they're adding 10 new levels, but if you're not like needing to unlock, if you're not unlocking anything through those 10 levels, there's really no point in having those 10 levels. Like yeah, you can rank up and stuff, but what's the point of ranking up if you get absolutely nothing? And I don't even think your rank can even be displayed in multiplayer. So there's not even that thing where, oh my gosh, this guy's a level 70. That means he's a really good he really likes this game because he bought both the DLCs and he's good then. But I don't even know if you can even see somebody else's rank. I don't know. I haven't played this game in a while, but I didn't really like that. And I think that if I like that they increased the level cap, but I think if they should have added something, just something like a new head or new character skins or even like new weapon skins and stuff or new weapon attachments. There just needs to be something there to give you like a reward for ranking up that much. Maybe for some people just playing the game is good, but when I hear that a company raises the level cap, I expect there to be something new to fill in that level cap. And now there's like this 20 level gap where you get to level 50, you get the highest thing, which I believe is a skin, like a skin for your helmet. Then there's absolutely nothing. You can still make it to level 70, and that's pretty much it. So here's pretty much like walking in the swamp. As you can see, I'm not really doing anything. I kind of get lost over here because my teammates are over there and there's a chopper that I'm looking at. And then I get this weird contact because it's there and I get freaked out because I thought there was an enemy here. And they're talking and you like figure out a little bit more about the mission. And like I said, the story isn't that relevant in this. It's there, but it's kind of just enough to mainly like the full game where you go in. It's basically just enough to get you into the mission and start shooting guys. I kind of walk around here, and this is the fastest run that you can go. It's like a very slow, kind of like jog, maybe a little bit slower than that. But I do think that this kind of slowed down the pace a little bit, and if like it was a little smaller environment to run through, I think that would be fine. But like right here, you have to go through that entire area, which is a little ways away, and I don't know, it's cool, but I do think that that segment could have been slowed down a little bit. So we're getting pretty much to the end of the video right now, and I just want to wrap up if you should get it or not. I think that if you're a fan of this game and you really like kind of like the stealth and the action and stuff of the single-player campaign, I think you should definitely buy this. It adds 3 new missions, which are pretty long. They average about a half hour each, depending on how you play and stuff. And then you get the other Guerrilla mode map to play with a friend and like the survival mode. But there's really no multiplayer, so if you're into the multiplayer component of this game and you really like Arctic Strike for that reason, I would just wait for the next DLC, which is actually coming out pretty soon. I think it's called like Kaiser or something, and I'm definitely going to be doing a video on that. So if you guys enjoyed this video, thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.